Hi there. This is Senior Pastor Jeremy Seitz with the Never Give Up Foundation Incorporation. How are you guys doing out there? Sorry, I had to move the camera. This Sunday sermon is for 9th through 12th, and I'm going to teach about. I'm going to talk a little bit about drugs. These are the very, very important years of your life, and I know a lot of temptation is going to go right to your head. You're going to have a lot of your friends out there going to tempt you, hey, take that drink, or hey, smoke this, marijuana. Nowadays, you got drugs that are actually killing our teens and children and killing people at a very young age. It really bothers me when I hear somebody very young, that passes away and they died from drug or drug overdose. And like I said, I'm not perfect, because in high school, back in high school, trust me, me and my brothers, we drank a lot. I mean, we drank on the weekends. We never got in trouble, though. That's what I can tell you. That one thing about me and my brothers, we would drink at home, and my mom had to work at night, so she was never home. And my dad, he was unfortunately, because he had a very bad accident, and he had to actually, lay on the couch a lot because he had his back was messed up at work a long time ago. So it made him disabled. So it made my mom, dad, and him mom. It was a verse act on that one. So, but yet, drugs and alcohol will take your life immediately. I'll tell you what, alcohol has a big effect on your life. Once you get hooked, that is hard. That disease is hard to break, including marijuana, drugs, whatever. Them habits are very hard, just like smoking. Unfortunately, I smoke. That's a habit I got to break. I'm trying. You guys pray for me out there, and I'm trying to break that habit. So, but like I said, I'm not perfect neither. I every day I pray to Lord God. Even if it's a short one, tell him to give me a blessed day, and I go out there. But like I said, 9th through 12th, these are some very, very important years. And the reason why I'm talking to you about the drugs and stuff like that is because a lot of it has to do with anger issues. Anger, and you got this, everything bottled up. It could be to the point where somebody at school keeps messing with you, and you're afraid to even go to school. If something like that happens, go to your teachers, your parents. They're getting very serious about stuff like that. And, I really hate to see that in school. I remember when it started off in my school where you had all these people throw people in lockers and stuff. And, I stood up for them people because it wasn't right. It's not right. It's never right. Why do them kids got to pick on other people? Well, instead of picking on other people, they need to worry about doing their education and study the books, and so they can either serve our country, go to college, and be something. 9 times out of 10, your bullies out there are big losers. I'm not calling them a loser, but they're losers at the time. And bullies out there, you can get help. You could pray to the Lord God and help you take care of this. Take care of this problem that you have, and stop bullying other kids. The first step that you have to take is stop. Stop bullying and ask God for forgiveness of what you have done. Take these actions at heart. And like again, I didn't mean to say losers, but it just really upsets me is because, the person that they usually targeted is a less unfortunate person. I mean, it could be a special needs person, and I do apologize. And I pray to Lord God, I do apologize for that. Please forgive me. I just, like I said, I'm not perfect, but, it bothers me. And you got to pray for everybody. And if you're the one being a victim, you got to, like I said, you got to pray for him, as I will pray for the bully too, and ask for his forgiveness, and just pray for him. I know, like I said in another video, it's hard to forget. But you got to forgive and give it to God, and He'll take care of the problem. I'm going to read out of here. It's about anger issues and hatred bottled up inside of people. It's just a couple of verses. It's in Proverbs, and And if you have the Bible, it's 22, 24 through 29. If you go to verse 24, it says, "Do not be afraid of who has a do not be afraid of one who has a bad temper, and never keep company with a hot head." Verse 25, "Or you will learn the ways and set a trap for yourself." And it's very serious. You will set a trap. Satan is looking for ways to make you weak, and his demons are too. And like I said, I can never challenge Satan, but I can ask God to help me in Jesus Christ, and he'll come down, and Jesus will protect me from him. The demons too, you cannot challenge, because you challenge them, boy, they come at you full force, and trust me, you don't want to challenge them. You call to the Lord God and Jesus Christ, and let him know what's going on. Verse 26, "Do not be found among those who make deals with a handshake, among those who guarantee other people's loans." Now that makes me think, people that give other people loans. So basically, right here in the Bible, it's saying your creditors, loans, and everything, God doesn't want you to make a deal with these people. It says that right here in the Word. Because a lot of people are going in debt with credit cards and stuff like that. And you younger kids, ages, grades through 9 through 12, don't get stuck in a credit card trap. I mean, if you use it responsibly, like, hey, open up the credit card and say, I'm going to put it, for gas or something like that, and use it and then pay it off when you get paid. Now that's using it responsible. One of my bad habits was I would use the card, max it up, and keep every time I paid a payment on it, and I keep maxing it up, and then it would go down, I'd max it. See, that was one of my biggest problems, and that's what keeps you in debt. And they know it keeps you in debt. And if you pay the minimum payment, it's going to take forever to pay it off. So remember that when you're thinking about trying to get a credit card, just remember that. 27. "If you have no money to pay back a loan, why should your bed be repossessed?" And if you don't pay back that loan, they're going to come and repossess your belongings. Or if it gets any worse, you're going to have to go bankrupt. And unfortunately, a lot of people have to go bankrupt. 28. "Do not move an accident boundary marker that your ancestors set in place." 29. Do you see a person who is efficient in his work? He will serve kings. He will not serve unknown people. So remember that. Now that makes me think, that just caught my eye. I'm like, wow, God and Jesus are telling you that the loan places are bad. And it really makes you think. Now before you get a loan or a house loan, excuse me, like I said at the other videos, I'm a little bit under weather just because of this weather. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee. And you think about it, when you get a house, it's called mortgage. Basically, it's a debt you have to pay off for life. Unless you find a good deal on the house out there and pay it off. That's my recommendation. If you can find a house for like cheap and then fix it up, that'd be the best way to go. That's what I'm doing now. So that'd be the best way to go. So send a shout out message to you guys. Like I said, thank you for coming to this Sunday sermon. Every Sunday sermon, I'll say this to your parents and yourself. But anyways, to your parents out there, if you can donate anything, that'd be great. If you have the extra money. If you don't, God knows why. And if you can't donate, just tie your time to God or volunteer your time. Help out a homeless person, and that's the way it should be. I know I don't like asking for money, but I have to have money to operate the website and the advice hotline numbers and the cell phone numbers to keep my operating costs down for myself. But it's worth keeping the lines and the website open so I can reach out to you guys and talk to anybody that needs your help. Keep in mind, if you suspect your child that is on drugs or anything, try to get him help right away. You don't want that kid to continue to do the alcohol and marijuana, because eventually he'll turn into an alcoholic. And trust me, alcohol is a bad thing to be fighting. It's a very bad disease. But I'm going to wrap this up on this Sunday sermon, but you know what I'm going to say at the end of the video? You're probably going to yell in the background. What would Jesus do? If you think like that, he'll never go wrong. Take care and God bless.